Good morning, guys and girls. Just going to do a quick video now. It's Tuesday morning and I'm going out on a training ride today. I'm going to bring you along and take the GoPro with me. Just wanted to try this. It's on the iPad. That last video I put up quickly at the weekend on Sunday was pretty terrible. Noise quality was pretty terrible and the voice was out of sync, but I think that might be because I just threw it in my pocket and rode off afterwards, and it was uploading while I was riding along, so there might have been something to do with that. And I could have deleted it and put it up again, but of course everybody had commented on it kindly, so I didn't want to lose all the comments, so I've left it up because all the comments are there. But as Damo said quite rightly, the voice was out of sync, so I thought I'd just try this morning. A nice morning this morning. It's a bit chilly, but the sun's just coming up. I have had my omelette for this morning, which is my fuel, and I had that at 8 o'clock. The bike's all ready here. I got the bike ready yesterday after riding on Sunday, so went right through the bike, cleaned everything up. I could feel a little bit of movement in the headset on Sunday, and that's obviously just natural as the bike beds in, so I tightened everything up on the headset yesterday so there's no play in the forks. Also did a degrease yesterday, about every 2 or 3 washes. Just have a degrease, just get rid of everything and then re-lube. I've got silicone lube on today, so we'll see how that goes. Silicone lube on the chain and on the moving parts of the transmission. So the bike's all prepped. I also just wanted to talk you through the computer, because we've started to talk about the computer. So this is the, if I can get it here, where are we? Here, here we go. Sorry, trying to find the thing. Now I hope you can see it. Let's go try and get somewhere clear. So the computer has the readout. The buttons at the bottom here operate the computer. Very simple. So you've got big buttons with a very positive click that you click along at the bottom to operate the computer. Up and down on the side here for the screen, so you can scroll up and down within the screen. You can create, there's an app of course that comes with the computer, and that's on your phone or can be on your iPad, and in the app you can create whatever pages you want. So if I scroll through the pages here, some of them are like standard pages that came with it. That's the navigation page, so I don't need to take the GPS with me anymore. This has got built-in GPS, and I've uploaded the route for today into this, so we'll be following this route today. It's the, I don't know if you remember me saying, but I found an old mountain bike race from 2014 which was in Coeen, so I've got that on here today. It's about 60 kilometers, quite long. It's a full marathon. The races I've been doing are called media marathons, half marathons, but this one's a full marathon, so it's a 60k route. I'm going to do that today. That starts in Coeen and comes back to Coeen. But I'm going to join the route as close to home as possible, obviously. So I'll start it from there and I'll finish it there as well. And so that will mean that we do the full route, but we start and stop in a different place. So I'll actually ride up into Coeen, into the village, and then I'll ride out again where the start was for the race itself. So you can scroll through these pages, and then some of these pages I've made myself with the figures that I want to see. So whether I'm racing or whether I'm training, just very simple with the main items. So on this one, for instance, you've got your average watts, your power, your watts per kilo, and then your maximum wattage, and then it calculates your wattage every 20 minutes to give you an average. Every 20 minutes is what you need to do for maximum power. And then I've got wattage here, kilometers an hour, etc, etc, ride time. This one is one of the standard pages. Sorry, I'm not getting this very well. We're back to the navigation. So on this one you can see that I've got this number is changing. That's my heart rate, so currently 55. I've got a band on my body and that's calculating my heart rate, so I don't need to work off the Apple Watch anymore, although I can. I've got the heart rate monitor on my body which is communicating with this via Ant Plus, so my heart rate is currently 57 beats per minute. 58 now, getting excited. So this also will give me my cadence. So on this, excuse me while I put this down, on this crank arm here you can see this is a sensor here, and every time that goes around and passes the frame it registers the cadence. So cadence sensor there, and I've got a speed sensor on the front hub here. So that's registering the speed of the bike. So speed, cadence, heart rate monitor, and then on the iPhone I've got an app, and the app is using that information and other information. I don't pretend to fully understand it, I'm afraid, but it's using all of that information to calculate my power. Now ordinarily power meters are like €500 or more, very expensive, and I'd have to have two, because I'd have to have one on my mountain bike and one on my gravel bike. So I've gone down this software option, and it works really well. It has a 15-second delay, that's the only thing. So you don't get an absolute delivery of your power per second, but you know, it just has a 15-second delay. And I did that ride on Sunday using that, and it worked perfectly. That so the process for that is that the sensors that are on the bike, well, one that's on me, the heart rate monitor, and the cadence monitor, sensor I should say, connects to the app on the phone, and then the app on the phone uses that information and other information using the accelerometer and all the different things that are in the phone to tell you what your power is, and that then via Bluetooth sends that information to the computer, to the Wahoo. So the Wahoo computer is just seeing the app or the phone, let's say, as a sensor. So it sees my heart rate monitor, the speed monitor, the cadence monitor, and the phone as sensors, and it uses all of that information to give me the information here on the screen. So my top readout here is normalized power. So that's just averaging out, because with that 15-second delay there's no point me having a second by second readout, because it's not giving me that anyway. So this is what they call normalized power, which is just working it out as an average output. So you haven't got the spikes. It records everything, so you can bring a graph up and show all your spikes and everything, but this is just showing me the average power, so what I'm putting out generally. So that's really what's important for me at the moment, to know that. So that's how the system's working. I hope that's I know it's slightly convoluted, but obviously that's saving. I paid €9.99 for the license for that app, and that saved me €1,000, because I'd have had to have two €500 power meters on each bike. So you know, if it's not quite giving me the exact figures all the time, then you know, I can live with it. I don't need the exact figures anyway. You can buy special pedals. You can buy pedals from Garmin. So instead of my pedals that I have, my clip pedals, you would have 2 pedals from Garmin, and those pedals have the power meters actually built into the pedal. So they're literally recording the power that your feet, each of your feet, is putting out every second. You get a total readout of absolutely every watt of power that you're putting out in each foot. You can tell whether your left leg generates more power than your right leg. You know, you can tell everything about your output. But I don't need that. And in mountain biking, you're not consistent enough for that anyway. You're so up and down, and you're stopping pedaling, you're starting pedaling, you're going down steep things, you're going up steep things. It's all so inconsistent that just to have the average output is what's important. So I just wanted to, sorry, I got my thumb in the way now. Not used to using the iPad. This is much better for, excuse me. This is much better for me doing this. So just let me know what you think of this, whether you think this is better. It's an iPad mini, and we've just, Lisa and I use it for various different things, but we don't use it with any consistency, and we tend to forget about it. But actually, it's good. It's a good little thing, and having the bigger screen makes it much easier. And I would think you know, we'd be able to do live feeds with it better than the phone. So let me know what you think, and maybe we'll use this in the future a bit more. So like I say, I had my omelette at 8 o'clock, which I do every morning. That needs at least a couple of hours to be digested. Otherwise, if you eat your food and then go out riding, your body is still using energy to digest the food. So 2 hours, ideally 3 hours, between eating your food and going out on your bike means that your body's finished digesting the food, and the food's ready to give you energy. So it's ideal. I'm also killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because I have to drop Lisa's car off today to have something done in the garage, have something done to the suspension on the front. It's having new bushings put on the front suspension. And I did the ones at the rear before, but you need a press, and I had to take the car to the garage to have the bushings pressed in anyway. So I thought this time they might sort of just do the job themselves. They're nice guys that do the job. So what I'm going to do is put the bike in the car, and I'll drive to Coeen, drop the car off, then I can start the loop from Coeen and do this loop. So I hope you guys will come along today. It's going to be quite a challenge. It's a long loop, and apparently it's quite difficult. So we'll see how we get on. I'm going to film as much as I can. I've got some food made to take with me, so hopefully we won't run out of energy. If we do, we're not too far away from home, so we'll make our way back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually. I can definitely still feel my legs from Sunday. That was quite an intense workout on Sunday, using the power meter and all the information I've got now. So you are getting a much more intense workout, and I can feel it in my legs. But that's ideal. You should be, each training session, you should just be able to feel the session from before. And obviously we're eating well, good fuel going in, so hopefully good output coming out. Alright guys, well I hope that's been interesting. I hope, as you can see, we're all prepped for today. Bike's all ready to go. Oh, just one more thing. I just lowered the seat post again, ever so slightly. I don't know if you remember, but I put it up about 5mm before the last race, because I thought it needed to go up. And actually, very interestingly, when you're pedaling to cadence, so you've got quite a high cadence, so you're pedaling at about 80 or 90 revolutions per minute, it shows up whether everything's right or not. And do you remember when we talked about the seat position and everything on the last time I talked about this sort of thing? The distance from the seat down to your pedal here. Do you remember me saying that it needs to be right, and you mustn't be bouncing, and your pelvis mustn't be tilting, you must be very stable? Well, it showed up in that high cadence, it showed up that I was actually having to like bounce a little bit just to get the cadence to pedal that fast, which meant that my seat was a little bit too high. So I was having to just stretch my legs too much to get the cadence. So I dropped it 2.5 millimeters yesterday. So we'll see how that is. I think that's going to be absolutely perfect. And it should mean that I can keep that cadence up, that high speed revolutions of the pedals, without bouncing in the saddle. So it should make a big difference. Because I had a slightly sore bum when I came home on Sunday, and that was from like just bouncing a little bit on the saddle instead of just being able to sit on it and pedal consistently. So, all right, guys. So I've got the GoPro mount on here ready. I'll be putting the GoPro on, and I'll take a little something with me that I can take it off there and talk to you when we stop, etc. So we're all ready to go. All right. I hope everyone's having a good day. I know it's like a funny time for a lot of people, but hopefully you'll see this when you get up. When you're getting up, guys, I will be out on the bike doing the ride and recording some stuff for you. I don't know whether I'll be able to get it up this afternoon when I get back. It depends how I feel. If I feel totally exhausted, it probably won't happen until tomorrow. As you know, I've got my last dental surgery tomorrow, so that should finish all that off. And so I'll have some time around that to play around with editing up the video and stuff. Okay, guys, well, I hope everyone's well. I'm feeling good. Training's going well. Bike is excellent. I'm so happy with the bike. And like I said, when I got it, I'll be making some changes in the future, but they're only as things wear out. Very, very happy with the computer and the way that works. I'm really pleased that this app and this software is allowed me to have the power meter on and everything else. So let's see how we go today, and I'll bring you guys along. Speak to you later. Have a good day.